What is up, everybody? It's CJ Plays here, and I'm back with another Sims 3 furnishing video. So today we're back in Rosewood Park, y'all, to furnish yet another house. So the house that we're going to furnish today is called the Rose, and essentially it's just like a really big townhouse, but it has like 3 different sections, so, you can have like different types of families that live here. So the first section that we're going to be furnishing is this one right here. It's for a single mother and her daughter, and the only like storyline that I really have is that the mom and dad are no longer together. The dad moved out. I think I'm going to make a separate house in this world is kind of like dedicated to him. I think I'm gonna make one or like furnish one to be like a bachelor pad if I can, so I need to write that down. But essentially it's a mom and her daughter. They live here, and I really wanted this house to be super colorful and bright. Like I kind of wanted to like channel like my Tumblr vibes kind of. So like if you like, I don't know about y'all, but if you ever go on like Tumblr and you download like Sims houses or you look for Sims houses, a lot of them tend to be really colorful and bright and like kind of like berry themed, and I kind of wanted to go for something like that in this apartment. So it was like everything is like super like kind of like pastel and bright. I used a lot of blue and pink and like purples and stuff like that in here, and greens. So I thought it looked really nice in here. Like I'm really pleased with it. So the mom is she's kind of like a stay-at-home mom kind of, but not quite. She can like, she has a job, but like she can like choose to like go in or work from home. So she kind of prefers to work from home because it's like easier. She can be there when her daughter gets off the bus, that kind of thing. And then of course you have the daughter, who is just, just so sweet. I feel like she knows that her mom is trying her best, like she misses her dad, but she can see him on the weekends, but she just tries to be a good kid, so that's kind of like the story that I have for The Sims. But the rest of the house though, it's kind of like a retro kind of style. Like I don't know why, but I kind of wanted to go for like a mid-century esque kind of style. Like it's not like a mid-century like apartment, but it kind of has like the mid-century vibe, if that makes sense. So like in the kitchen we use like a really old retro fridge. I was gonna use like the counters that come with the mid-century set in the kitchen, but they didn't really look that nice. Like you'll see a little bit later, I was like fiddling around. Right now I was fiddling with the table. I was trying to have like a bunch of seats, but then I was like, well, maybe I could just like get rid of like 2 of them on the side. And then right now was me in the kitchen. I had to like draw a wall right here. The kitchen had like this really weird nook space, so I had to like draw like a wall just to kind of separate it. But this is just me now trying to figure out the kitchen. So like I said, I did use that like nice mid-century fridge. Like, yo, I love that fridge. And these are like the matching counters to go with it. But for whatever reason, I don't know why they do this in The Sims. It's not just a Sims 3 issue. It's kind of like a Sims 4 issue too. We'll have like counters but no cabinets. And this set, like for the mid-century, did not come with any upper cabinets for some reason. So I was trying to like figure out what I wanted to do. I was like, maybe I can use the base side ones instead and like maybe just like recolor it. But I didn't like how it looked. So what I did was I just like deleted all of the counters and I just chose the ones from the base side set, because those are like my favorite ones anyway. I thought it would just kind of look more cohesive in here. So like the only retro thing in the I guess like technically the only retro thing in the kitchen would be the fridge, but you kind of get the retro vibes, right? Like hopefully I kind of alluded to that a little bit. But that's pretty much it though for the kitchen. I also did end up giving the family a fish tank to kind of go like right by the back door, just to kind of fill in that space a little bit. I don't really put a lot of like aquariums or fish tanks in my builds like that. So I was like, maybe we can try to use it. I think I used the one that was like from the Atomic set, I believe, but I could be wrong about that. And then like later on in the video, I don't know if it shows up in the video, but I did put like a rug underneath it just to kind of bring in some more color into the corner. But moving on over this way, this is just the hallway. A lot of the hallways in this build won't be like super detailed because they're like really narrow, and I don't want to put like a bunch of stuff and risk your Sims not being able to route. So I had to like turn on and off move objects a lot, y'all, like a whole lot for this build. So you're gonna see me go into like the cheat bar a lot. But in the hallway, I just put like a coat rack. I did later like at the very end of the video, I don't even know if it shows up in the video, but at the very end, before I like turned the game off, I went ahead and I gave every family like a security alarm system, because I feel like you kind of need one of those. And like, I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but I didn't know this until I think it was Rolly in my Discord server had pointed it out. If you have like a alarm object on your lot, it's best kind of to put it outside of your lot versus on the inside, because if you put it on the outside of your lot, as soon as a burglar steps foot on your like lot, it goes off and then the cops come. So you don't even have to worry about them going in your house to steal anything or anything like that. And I think that's like the coolest thing ever. So that's like a pro tip. Now for this house, I kind of put it on the inside, but like my other houses, like my Not So Berry house, it's on the outside. But moving on upstairs though, this is just the mom's room. I kind of struggled a little bit with this room because I'm gonna tell y'all, I was like playing around with the color wheel. Sometimes when I do like speed builds and stuff like this, I'll like pause my recording on OBS just so I can play with the colors a little bit and try to figure out like what I want to do and like narrow stuff down. So in here, I think I changed, like the bed right now is like a purple but I think I changed it to blue, I want to say. I was going to use the nightstands that come with seasons, but I ended up using the other ones. I think those are like store content ones. I struggled with this bedroom a lot. So, you know, like I always say, if you ever want to like change anything in my builds, like, you know, redo a room or recolor stuff, feel free to, y'all. Like, I really don't care. Like, when I'm finished with this stuff and I release it to y'all, basically you can do whatever. But yeah, so basically this room just has like a chair. I think that chair comes with Generations. We just have like some art on the wall, and I chose some of those like base game lamps, which I've been using them a lot more recently, but they're like so cool and I really like them. But moving on now, this is just the daughter's room. I chose the bed that comes with the pets pack, which, yo, I almost forgot that bed existed. Like, I feel like every time I pull up the pets pack, I always forget that bed exists, y'all. So I had to use it in here. Maybe, like, you know, the daughter's a horse girl. I mean, like, at the time of me recording this, y'all, the horse expansion pack for Sims 4 is, like, gonna come out. Like, for me, it's going to be tomorrow. For y'all, when you see this video, it will have already been out. But let me know down below, did you get the pack? Do you even play Sims 4, y'all? Because I know a lot of y'all don't play Sims 4. But, like, if you do play Sims 4, are you going to get the horse pack? Because, like, let me know. But anyway, I'm going to stream it when it comes out on Twitch, by the way. I wanted to have like a lot of like green-esque kind of colors in here, so I recolored the rug in here. I recolored the activity table. I put like, I chose like the matching nightstand and dresser that comes with the horse pack. And I also used this really nice, this mirror right here as well. And that's kind of pretty much it for the kids' room. I didn't really put too much in there. And then this is just the bathroom. So the bathroom changes its color quite a bit. It doesn't show up in the video, but I went back and I actually like recolored the bathroom. So right now it's like this really dark navy blue, and I kind of felt like it was out of place in the house because the rest of the house is like really colorful and pastel. And while I do like navy blue, like blue is my favorite color, but like a navy blue, y'all, is really nice. Like, I would love to have this kind of bathroom, but I was like, CJ, man, let's go back and change it. So instead of it being like a navy blue, I went back and I made it like a turquoise blue. So it's like kind of like like a teal color, kind of like that. So to me, it looks a little bit better. But moving on, this is the second apartment, y'all. And I think maybe this room is what I struggled with the most, probably in the whole entire build. It took me so long to figure this out, y'all. Like I said earlier, it took me like hours to do this, to like furnish this whole entire apartment. It took me a while, y'all. I think like OBS like an hour, but I had to like pause my recording, so it was probably like 2 or 3 probably. But anyway, moving on, this is an apartment that I kind of like had a story for. So it is like an older couple, and the dad is like super grumpy, and he's just like, you know, just very irritable, like just leave him alone. He likes to be left alone type of person. And then we have like the wife. She's there for her husband. She's like a homemaker, stuff like that. But I feel like they clash a lot on like color choices. So I kind of like went for like a bland-esque kind of color in here because like, you know, like a good beige is like a good neutral color anyway. So I kind of feel like they disagreed on like all the furnishings and everything, and then they were like, okay, we'll just settle with beige or maybe like a brown or something like that. So that's kind of what we went with. And they have kids, but the kids have moved out. So like the daughter's in college, the son is like, he's still kind of like a young adult, but like he's about to be like an adult, so he's like kind of older. So I did give them room, like their kids have like rooms upstairs, but you can tell like they haven't been used in a while. But we'll get to that in a little bit. But moving on though, down here though, this is the kitchen. So it took me a while, y'all. Like I said, I think this middle apartment took me the longest to do out of the whole entire build, I want to say. Like the middle apartment, I was so indecisive. So right now I'm like trying to recolor the kitchen cabinets and stuff like that. So I went with like the Cloud 9 countertops. They're store content. They're so good, but they don't have upper cabinets, y'all. Like, I don't know what it is. Like sometimes with store sets, you have upper cabinets and bottom and like counters, but sometimes you only have like the bottom counters. I don't really know like why they do that or whatever, but it happens. So I had to get resourceful and use like the pets upper cabinets or whatever. And then this is just me now trying to like break up some of the kitchen space. So I ended up like putting down a little border, and I ended up like recoloring the floor tiles down here as well. It does not show up in the speed build because I didn't think to do this until like the very end. But I did put a couple of island countertops in the kitchen just to kind of fill in the space a little bit more, because I was going to put like a rug on top of the tile, but it kind of just made me dizzy looking at it, and I was like, that's probably going to be like really annoying to play around with. So what I did was I just put like island counters to kind of like break up the space a little bit. And then right now, y'all, I put like this really big painting. That painting is like probably, I think, one of the most expensive ones in the entire game. So it's gonna be, this like apartment lawn is like very expensive, y'all. Like I didn't really care about a budget too much when I was doing this. So, you know, you might want to delete that if you ever need money for something. You know, that painting is like super expensive. And then this is just me now in the like the hallway. Nothing really changes. I think I just put like a rug down and that's pretty much it. And then this is just like the downstairs bathroom. So I just put like a pedestal sink and I just put that tub. I was gonna use like the actual like countertop and have a sink object in it, but I didn't really like how much space it took up, and I kind of wanted to have like a toilet down here. So I just put a toilet, a pedestal sink, which I kind of like. I went through like a bunch of them just to like try to figure out which one I liked, but I felt like that one matched a lot more with the tub, so I kind of went with that one. And then moving on to the upstairs portion, y'all. So these are the bedrooms. So the first bedroom that we did is for the oldest son. Like I said, I feel like when he went to when he was in high school and when he went to college, he played like football and he was, you know, kind of into sports and stuff like that. I don't really know what he does now, but it's not playing football. I feel like now he has to work and pay bills. But when he was like younger, he was really into football. So since he is the oldest one, I feel like he probably grew up around like the 90s or something like that, you know, late 80s, early 90s. So he does have like a computer in his room, but the computer is like really old. You know, he's been moved out for a long time now. But I kind of wanted to like have like a nice bedroom up here just in case, because, you know, I don't know who's gonna play in this house, y'all. Maybe you just need like a bedroom for one of your Sims or something. So I kind of wanted to make this bedroom look decent, you know what I'm saying? So I put like an old movie poster up. I put like some football like pictures and stuff like that up, and I also used the dresser. I think that dresser is from like one of the like ultra modern sets, I want to say. I don't think it's a mid-century dresser. It's probably like one of the ultra modern ones. There's like so many objects in that set, but essentially I just used that in here, and I wanted to put a plant in the corner. I was gonna put a plant at first, then I was gonna put a lamp in the corner, but I couldn't really like decide what I wanted, so I just went with this little mid-century plant. It's like one of my favorite ones in the game, so I chose that in here. And then later on off camera, I did put a rug by the bed. I don't think that shows up on the video though. And then I wanted to put like these sports banners up, but then I had like a better idea, because like, okay, here's the thing, y'all. I had like the idea for the whole entire like apartment lot before I even started like furnishing, because I knew what I wanted to do, right? So like I chose that like sports idea for like a different family, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But moving on, this is the second bedroom. I feel like I took a long time to do this one too. Like I said, y'all, this middle apartment, something about it, I don't know. Maybe it's because like the rooms are so like oddly shaped, I don't know. But basically this was the room that is for like the, you know, well, she was a teenager, she's like she's a young adult now, but you know, for the youngest daughter, the youngest child, you know, she was a teenager, so her room was like very like teen-esque kind of. So I made sure to like, at first I was going to use this dresser that came with ambitions, but I ended up not using it. I think I used like one of the armoires. I think that's the one from Generations, I want to say. So I chose that one instead because it just looked better to me. And then I did use the bookshelf that came with Seasons, I believe, but I swapped it. Well, I didn't really swap them around. I just moved the bookshelf to the other wall, like by the door, and then I moved the armoire kind of like by the bed, because I thought that would kind of make more sense. And then this is just me now like fiddling around with the color wheel. I knew I wanted this room to be purple, but I didn't know like what kind of, I feel like purple is kind of like a hard color for me to sometimes like use in The Sims 3. Like I feel like it's kind of the same when it comes to red. Like I think I work really good with blue tones in the Sims 3, or like I guess in The Sims in general. But like purple and red is like, I don't know, y'all. Like I feel like a lavender, yeah, but like a purple, no. So it took me a while to figure out this room. But I ended up giving her a computer desk, and it has like a laptop, because of course this is a little bit more modern, you know, a laptop. And then I gave her like some, you know, like some art and stuff like that on the wall as well. And then moving on over this way, this is just the parents' bedroom. So I wanted like a kind of like a orangey brownish kind of peachy kind of color in here. I kind of wanted this one to be a little bit more neutral. At one point I was gonna put like a pearl necklace on a pillow. There's like an object from the Sims 3 store. I was gonna put that on one of the dressers, but I was like, CJ, that's a little bit too fancy, right? But this is a nice bedroom. I really like how it turned out. So I gave them those really nice nightstands. I forgot what set they come from the store, but they're really nice, and I think I got them recently, so I wanted to use them in here. And then I chose like the Seasons dresser. Again, y'all, I love the items from Seasons. And then I also put like a plant in the corner, and that's pretty much it for this room. A lot of these rooms weren't really that big, y'all, so it's not like a whole lot to say, honestly. I did put like that lighthouse painting is like one of my favorite ones from the base game, so we could have like something on the wall. But that's pretty much it for this bedroom. And then I did also you know, of course, furnish the bathroom. So I think I just put like a shower, I put the toilet, and I ended up using like the Cloud9 countertops, because I couldn't decide if I had used like a pedestal or like the counters, but it was the counters. It took me a long time though to figure out what color I wanted to do for that mirror. And then this is just last but not least, we are moving on over to the last apartment. So the story that I have for this apartment is we have two brothers, right? So they're both like adults, but I feel like the youngest brother is like 20. He's not like, you know, like mid-20s or something like that, right? He's still young, you know, he's still learning. But then of course we have like an older brother who's in his 30s, and they are like really into sports, right? But I feel like the oldest brother is more into sports than the youngest brother. Like they both grew up, you know, kind of like in sports and stuff like that. The family was big into sports, but like The oldest one really loves sports, y'all. So I wanted to make this house like I was thinking to like at first make it super junky and run down and just like really like sports themed. But then I was like, no, that's not gonna be fun to play in. So I was like, why don't I just make it like sports themed, but also really nice and tasteful? So I used a bunch of the items from the Sims 3 store. I think it was like the man cave set, I want to say. My only like issue is that I wish I had more space in this house, because I would have put like a bunch of stuff, y'all. Like the foosball tables, I would have put like the basketball hoops, but I had to like be smart about what I used and how I used it, because I wanted to make sure that your Sims can route in here. So like I said earlier, I did turn on and off move objects a lot. So for the living room, I just put a stereo, you know, for the sweet tunes and stuff like that. I put up a TV. I should have put a game console. I might go back and put a game console so your Sims can play games and stuff. But of course, you can have your big flat screen TV, and that's pretty much it. I wished in The Sims 3 that you could lower down TVs, because I kind of feel like that one like sits up a little bit too high for me. But you know, it's The Sims 3. What can you do? But moving on, this is just the hallway. So I think all I did for the hallway is I put like a mirror, and then I put like a rug. I was going to use this rug in the hallway, but I kind of felt like it was out of place, so I ended up using it for the bathroom instead. So for this downstairs bathroom, this one's probably nicer than the upstairs bathroom. I feel like, well, there's two upstairs though, but I feel like this one's more like for general use. So I put like a shower, I put the Ambitions countertops, and then I also ended up using a mirror. So it's like one of the modern mirrors down here. So like I said, this house is a little bit nice, you know, like it's sports themed, but I feel like the oldest brother has like a really good job. So it kind of like he can afford to like be all into sports and stuff, because if y'all don't know, sports, like especially like if you go to like the official sports stores and stuff like that, those jerseys and stuff are like super expensive. So I feel like the brother is into that. And I feel like too, probably when he went to college, he was like really into sports too. So it's kind of funny to think about. But moving on over this way, this is just the kitchen. The kitchen is like one of my favorite rooms in this apartment, because it looks so good, y'all, and it turned out so nice. Like I love making nice kitchens in The Sims. For this one, as you can see, I used the Ambitions countertops. I had to go back and recolor the other section of it. You might see it a little bit in the video, but when I maybe you don't see it, but basically the gray color at the bottom of the counter, there's also like it has like 3 different sections that you can color, or I think like 3 or 4, and like one of the sections was red, but I didn't see it until later, so I had to go back and recolor it basically. But moving on over this way, this is like okay, so this part I kind of struggled with a little bit. So I wanted to put like a big tables, you know, of course for like big parties and stuff like that, but then I also wanted to put a foosball table down here. So yeah, y'all, like I said, I wish I had more space. Well, what I decided to do was I used that table that comes with Showtime and those chairs that come with, I think, Lucky Palms, or I think maybe, probably not. But I chose those because they look kind of fun and they look kind of like party-esque, you know? So I chose that, and then I was going to try to put that, as you can see, I had like the foosball table. I was going to try to squeeze both of them in here, and with move objects, I could have done that, but I wanted to make sure that, you know, your Sims could route the area. So I was like, why don't we just use the table instead? So you'll see downstairs in a little bit, I chose like the little record player rug from Fastlane and everything like that. And then upstairs, this is just like the oldest brother's bedroom. So for this one, at first I was gonna go for like a green color scheme, but I decided to go for blue. Again, you know, I feel like I work better in blues, right? So I did give him an accent wall just to kind of break up the space a little bit. I gave him a pull-up bar because I feel like he tries to stay in shape, you know. And then I also put like a bunch of football stuff. So like I feel like he went to like, you know, Sim State University, I think that's what it's called. That's where he went, y'all. That's his alma mater. He's all about the sports, okay? So I wanted to make this bedroom like really sports themes and stuff like that. And I also gave him like a nice dresser and a nice like modern looking mirror and stuff like that, and a nice lamp. Again, that lamp is from the base game as well, and I never ever use it, y'all, so I thought it looked kind of cool in here. And then he also has like his own personal like bathroom. So I kind of like the idea of both of the brothers having like their own bathrooms. So this one is like the one that's like an ensuite. So for this one, I just wanted this one to be kind of like basic and stuff like that, you know. It just has like some of the same stuff from downstairs, you know, shower, I have the cabinet, the sink, and then I have the toilet. So it's nothing too fancy in here. And then moving on, this is the younger brother's bedroom. So I feel like, you know how I was saying earlier, he was like, not like he's into sports, but not really. Well, I feel like his like passion is music, right? He loves music, rock and roll, all that stuff, y'all, heavy metal. He's really into it. And I really wanted to like kind of like play into that idea, so I gave him like like the skulls and crossbone like bed sheets. He has like a nice like a nice dark rug, a nice like purple color scheme in here kind of. And then I gave him like these really cool like LED lights, which I kind of forget they exist in the game. They're like store content. I think they come with like Roaring Heights, I want to say. I could be wrong about that though. So I gave him like some nice LED lights. Again, he's kind of young, y'all. Like he's like in his early 20s, right? So he's still kind of in a way childish and stuff like that. Like I like sports, but I mainly like my music. So I gave him like a guitar. He has a stack of CDs in the corner, like a nice picture of a nice car maybe that he wants in the future and stuff like that. And I gave him those really cool like band posters. Those are from Showtime, and I don't think I've ever really used it. Well, like that one anyway, because it's like so big, but it fit like perfectly on that wall, and I just had to use it, y'all. So over here we have like another bathroom. So for this bathroom, I decided to make this one kind of like the brother's bathroom, like the youngest brother's bathroom. It's more so like, you know, a general bathroom for anyone, but I kind of wanted this one to be like technically his bathroom, because like, let's be real here. The oldest brother has his own bathroom. There's one downstairs for anyone to use. Let this one be his, right? So for this one, I ended up trying to make this one like, you know, kind of lived in a little bit. So it has like a mirror that's been punched in, and it has like stickers on it, because of course he's, you know, he's young, he's angsty still. So I chose like the late night mirror, because it looks kind of cool. And then I also gave him like a really nice like LED light, and I also gave him like a flame rug. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below. I'm gonna leave this link down below if you want to download it, y'all. I love how this turned out. I'm gonna try to include some screenshots, but anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Thanks for watching.